Slayworld had the underground scene in a frenzy. At the time, they were just kids, making music in their room. But before they knew it, they had invented a new sound and started a wave. The group became somewhat legendary due to their music, all the classics they dropped, and cult-like fan base.
God damn, he dick riding crazy.
Era in the SoundCloud scene that was pretty much non-existent at the time. When fans hear Slayworld, they think of members such as Summrs, Kankan, and Autumn, which is far from the full story, how this group began, what it really was, and who was even a part of it.
RPK, man.
Contrary to popular belief, Slayworld was not started by Summrs, Kankan, or even Autumn. It was created by a guy named Kane Carlson from Canada. Kane was friends with
RP, bro.
Sort of put the rap group together and was one of.
I never knew him, but it's in a crazy way. If it wasn't for him, it probably wouldn't be any of this shit right now.
His earliest supporters. Around 2016 to 2017, he used to show Goonie a lot of support. He would send him clothes, and originally they made beats together. It became a music collective, but really was just people Goonie was cool with. In the beginning, it was really a skate collective and a clothing brand. They're actually.
Man, I need Goonie to get his fucking flowers, bro. No dick riding shit. Like, literally, bro. Like, Goonie's finna be the next one, bro. I swear, man. Y'all just wait, bro.
A lot of older skate videos from YouTube with Kane's skate clips. To promote the clothing brand, a group chat for rappers was created with the help of Goonie. Goonie, Isaiah Tigi, and Frank's Last Day were some of the first members. Pretty soon, Summrs, Kankan, and Autumn would join. The roster would consist of Summrs, Autumn, Kankan, Goonie, Isaiah Tigi, Frank's Last Day, Endo, Alexander Prey, Venny, and Zay. The group chat even included ssgkobe and yeat at some point, but they weren't necessarily Slay, quote unquote. They were sort of close affiliates, along with weiland. In short, if you were one of Goonie's friends, you were Slayworld. But before we dive into how they met, here's some background information on the prominent members. First off, we have Goonie, the puzzle piece that brought the group together.
Goonie is from Cleveland, and he began.
Hey, bro, I thought. They don't know the real story.
And as a producer, really inspired by Metro Boomin. Nobody wanted to hop on his beats, so he became a rapper himself. Next, Summrs is the most popular rapper from Slayworld. Summrs is from Louisiana, who started rapping at 16. He was homeschooled in high school due to poor grades, and instead of using his laptop for schoolwork, he would record music. He's the founding father of the plug-in beat subgenre, which we all know and love.
Bro, it's on that X.
Kankan started out as a producer and was really successful. He would produce for Smoke Perp, Low Pump, and Famous Dex. And in the early stages of Slayworld, he wasn't even rapping.
Oh my god. That's fucked up because I know what this says, bro. It literally just says,
Then we have Autumn, aka Twinuzis. Autumn was a producer turned rapper and is also from Louisiana. Fun fact, he's from the same city as ssgkobe. He was also one of the early pioneers of the plug-in B sound. He even got his name from Summrs. Autumn is a season after Summrs, and Autumn started rapping after Summrs, so he thought it was right. Isaiah Tigi is a rapper from Ohio, extremely experimental, and maintains a pretty low-key presence on the internet. Not too much is known about the other members of Slayworld like Frank's Last Day, Endo, AZP, Venny, Zay, except most of them are based in Florida.
Okay, so back to how they all met. Before they even formally met each other, everyone in Slay knew each other from the start. Goonie had been listening to some.
Bro, is it 2 people on this video? You're telling me one person couldn't finish this fucking 12-minute video, bro? You needed 2 of you guys? Damn, bro.
Since he went by Louis VD.
I was just outsourcing and shit.
Steal Kankan's beats before he had ever shown his face. They used to send each other songs around 2017 to 18. At that time, Kankan and Summrs were not cool because Kan didn't like how Summrs would steal his beats. However, one day, Kankan typed his name in on SoundCloud and heard a Summrs song that he produced. He said it was trash, but he kinda liked it, so he clicked on Summrs' page. He then heard Pack Runner, and from there was like, this guy's the go, whoever he is, and got in contact with him.
One day, he dropped Pack Runner, bitch, and then like some months later, I typed in my name on SoundCloud and I seen the song with dudes. That shit was so ass. But I was kind of like that shit, so I clicked on that page and I heard Pack on the bitch. Then, but I was like, bro, this is a goat, whoever this is. I remember, like, then I had messages with. And then I was like, bro, you go crazy.
The first songs Kankan produced for him were mostly Plug and B songs like 3AM and Katie and Gigi, similar to Pack Runner Bitch, the song that made Kankan a fan of summrs. In 2018, summrs told Kankan he was going to be in Houston. Kankan is from Dallas, so they linked up. The first time they met is actually documented in a rare vlog. A year later, they moved in together, the first crib summrs had, with Kankan in the north side of Houston. While this was happening, Goonie had moved to Florida. After high school, he had a regular job. He said screw it, and then just moved to Florida, where he linked with Frank. The first time Goonie went to Florida and linked up with Frank's last day, they were at an
Aww, that's so sweet.
Airbnb. Frank's girlfriend and him were fighting, so she pulled up with her brothers. Long story short, Goonie and Frank beat the living hell out of them, the brothers, and even broke the youngest one's arm.
She pulls up with her brothers, like trying to press him, like they trying to press him, like come outside, bro. And I'm like, bro, who is these? Who are y'all? Like, what are y'all doing here? Because me and Frank, this is the first time I met this nigga, bro. Like, apparently we broke, like, it was a little, like 16. I had to be like 17, 18 at the time. We broke his arm or something. Damn. I don't even remember.
They all met in 2019 when Kankan and summrs would begin coming out to Florida.
Bro, what? I don't know, bro. It's funny because I don't know any of this shit. I literally do not know any of this shit, bro. What the fuck? They're literally just doing stupid ass kid shit. I was there when I was 18, I was what? Bro, when I was 18, I was out on the streets with DJ Fat and Zeliocha. That's how I got my start. That's how I got my start when I was 18, bro. I was out in the streets with Zeliocha and DJ Fat, man.
They moved into a house in Orlando where summrs, Goonie, Kankan, and DJ YP Hozizi would live. Goonie later reflected on his earliest memories from that period, saying,
It was fun, bro. It was us being kids, man. Like, it was fun.
They would frequently link up with other members of Slay like Isaiah Tiji and Frank, as well as collaborating with close affiliates like ssgkobe, Yeat, and Weiland. Yeat and Goonie would actually send each other songs, and Goonie's largest song to this day is Zaza, a collaboration between himself, Kankan, and Yeat. Weiland was friends with summrs since early 2018 and has a couple tracks with Zaza, and Slay associates like ssgkobe and Yeat. Throughout this period, Kane was dropping clothes. He would drop t-shirts, beanies, sweats, and more. These designs were actually pretty nice, and as of 2022, they're really rare and go for ridiculously high prices, considering they are screen printed tees, and if you attempt to buy one, you'll likely get scammed in typical Slayworld fashion.
She's a typical Slayworld fashion. Literally.
summrs, Autumn,
now
and
we
Goonie
doing
were all
merch.
making Plug and B when they first joined Slay. Summrs started Plug and B, so naturally his work was the best.
He dropped albums like Bell World, Bell World 2, and Revive. Bell World and Bell World 2 were dedicated to his girlfriend at the time, Belle. They were romantic songs where he would talk about how he couldn't get her out of his head. She was the best thing that ever happened to him and how much he needed her in his life. The album featured Goonie and had production from Kankan. The follow-up, Bell World 2, was even better. He sings about his love for Belle, he never tell her a lie, and how she puts him in a trance. It was supposed.
Damn, he really loved whoever this was. Made 2 albums for her. He would never do some shit like this ever again.
To be a
that's how you know he was young as fuck, bro. He would never do something like this ever. What the fuck?
trilogy, but Bell cheated on him with one of his closest friends, Deuce.
Revived is my favorite Plug and B project by summrs. He started to perfect his Plug and
For
B
real?
sound, and his flows were incredible on songs like The Boss, Cathedral, and Element. The album is addictive. The whole project has an ethereal, dreamy production that makes you feel like you're floating, giving you the same vibe.
I did not know
No
that.
song sounds the same as another. He's not talking about anything in general, just life, which is what makes it so relatable.
Autumn would follow in summrs' footsteps with iconic tapes like Before Retribution 3, Retribution 3, and Modern Day Michelangelo. Autumn's music was very similar to summrs. He often used the same flow, and summrs was a very frequent collaborator. I feel like what sets Autumn apart was his music, his voice, and the fact that he produced a lot of music for himself. Songs like Nina and Can't Help It are Plug and B classics.
And that period of summrs and Autumn dropping so many hits consistently will probably never return, as they become so much more popular.
Bro, I was about to say the dick riding is like, bro. I mean, that's fine though, cause like, as an artist, you want to have fans like this, bro. Like real shit. Like their fan bases, like him, Reno, Ken, Goon, like all the OG Slayworld fan pages, bro. Like, and even the meme pages and shit, they go crazy for them, bro. Like, they really have a serious cult fan base, and people really underestimate this until they see it beyond just a comment on TikTok or Instagram, and they actually hear the dick riding.
Some of Goonie's earliest tracks,
Hate Me, Goofy featuring Summers, PSA, and Can't Help It. They're all plug-in B songs. He had a slower flow and would really just rap about anything from flexing his clothes to being betrayed by his friends and his drug use. Just a side note, at this point Kankan wasn't rapping. He was really more of a producer.
Pretty soon, their sound would evolve, and they began rapping in a style never heard before. Once again, Summrs led this new wave. Summrs would drop the albums World Against Me, Evolved, and Isolation, and multiple underground hits like Coke, Tessum, and RNS. World Against Me wasn't really that experimental, but it was a solid album where Summrs showcased his versatility, and Evolved,
I ain't gonna lie, Coke my favorite Reno song ever. And me.
Summrs showed off his vocal ability, rapping in an auto-tuned high-pitched voice. He also paid his respects to his friend Bana and the late producer Hella Sketchy, who both passed away. Summrs had started adding reverse ad-libs on his songs, which paired with soft hi-hats and quiet 808s sounded perfect. This was evident in Tessum, one of Summrs' most well-known songs to date, which popularized what fans call his ghost reverse reverb effect. By this time, Kankan had started rapping too. He began after putting a poll on his Instagram story and being encouraged to by his followers. He released a couple of tapes, which to be honest, weren't very good since he just started rapping, but once he dropped his self-titled project Kankan, he really started to shine. It's probably a top 10 Slayworld song, from the beat produced by Zangang and the way Kankan rapped on it. The hook was just him saying It was actually the first Kankan song I heard. The song was remixed by Summrs and Isaiah TG. Kankan also rapped with the reverse reverb effect Summrs used in songs like Go Mode and Trissy.
No dick riding shit, that's why I can. I said he the one, bro. The whiskey.
Which was cemented as another one of Slayworld's signature sounds. To top it all
Look
off,
at it.
Kankan was a pretty funny guy. He could do anything.
Bro, his short hair era is
It would
crazy.
just make you laugh. He once went on live and started cooking a steak while off a perk, and in songs like 380 Hellcat, he would say stuff like, "Kicking it with my white boys, they're a little racist." The next member I want to talk about is Isaiah TG, who wanted nothing to do with the group towards the end of
For real, RP Hella
but was
Sketchy,
actually
bro,
one
go
of the earliest
producer.
members, possibly since him and Goonie were both from Ohio. He even has an album called #4Kane dedicated to the founder. Isaiah was actually the person who added Kankan to the Slay group chat back in the day as well. His music is nothing short of beautiful. Just listen to Archangels or Interlude and you'll know what I mean. He sings and raps, sometimes even doing both on a single track, or doing a
Nah, bro, his fans, this dude's fans will literally suck his dick, and I'm not even being, they will literally dick ride him. Not saying this in a metaphorical way, or you know what I'm saying, like,
a mixture of that with the baby voice and speaks about
Literally.
the struggles going on in his life and the drugs he takes to get through it all. Autumn mostly stuck to the plug and B sound, but he does have projects from this time where he was predominantly rapping, like
Yeah,
Wicked
Can too.
Currency, his collab tape with Summrs, and 4, as well as some of my favorite songs by him, like Could You, Ariana Grande, Got It.
nah, that's a good thing, bro. Y'all keep thinking that's a bad thing, bro. That's a good thing. Like, what? They got real ride or die fans, bro. Like, jump in front of a train for him. He is hard though. He do go crazy, and he is like the most experimental person out of the whole collective. I feel like he took the most risks for sure.
And Protocol. He really just rapped about getting money, scamming, drugs, and his haters. Some of the lesser known members of Slayworld were Frank's Last Day, Endo, and Alexander Prey. Frank's pretty versatile, making plug, rapping on regular rap beats, and his most frequent genre, R&B. Endo and Alexander Prey are better known as producers, but they have plenty of big songs themselves, like Ozone, Flying, and Thinking About You. Overall, the sound Slayworld pioneered and their influence can still be seen today. For me and many other fans, they're on the same tier as other underground rap groups, like Goth Money and Drain Gang.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna play the rest of the video.
Slayworld was notorious for the beefs they'd get into and just all around funny situations they'd find themselves in. Here are a couple of them.
The Gabby situation. This is kind of important because it was Summrs' first viral moment. Even though it had nothing to do with music, Gabby was a mentally ill woman who had just gotten out of a mental hospital. Just a few days after, she went to Summrs' house. She wasn't Summrs' girlfriend, but some of his friends were interested and let her in the place. The first day at Summrs' house, she broke his TV. The next
Why
day,
would they fuck her, bro? Like, why?
Summer wakes up only to
Why
find
the
out
fuck
his
would you
friends
fuck
had
her?
let her back in. Summrs kicks her out again. This sparks the infamous live where Gabby goes crazy and breaks Summrs' window. She tried to fight one of Summrs' friends, and it all ended with Summrs' female friends fought her. Summrs beat
That's
up
just a spoiler. She didn't win.
Instagram hacker. A hacker stole Summrs' Instagram for a bit. He told Summrs that he wanted to fight and that he was in Houston. They confronted each other on Instagram Live. Summrs said that he was in
Sure
Dallas and that
did.
he would fight him when he would get back. Summrs won the fight and left him with a bloody mouth.
Summrs versus Lil Tecca. Summrs was beefing with Lil Tecca after he said he was only cool with Tecca for clout. He eventually made a diss on Lil Tecca, but they became cool later, and Autumn and Tecca are actually pretty good friends. The most famous beef was between summrs, kankan, and SoFaygo. summrs responded to someone in his live saying there would never be a Faygo and Slay collab. Faygo dropped Let the Girl Slay to respond to their comments saying summrs got robbed and calling him a junkie, as well as addressing it on social media. summrs fired back with SWK Freestyle, calling Faygo his son.
Bro, look at all the but KK comes and tells you give summrs a refill.
Claiming Faygo asking him for a repost on SoundCloud. Kankan
even in his court, KK even made a diss of his own.
Faygo on a song with ssgkobe Slimy saying what's a Faygo, and Faygo dropped Rat Runners, where he would directly diss Kankan, telling him he should stick to beats and that he should give summrs his gun back. The beef ended and they're all on good terms now. This last one is really random. It was between Comethazine and Autumn. Comethazine would claim that Autumn was a clone that was trying to bite his swag. The two went back and forth on social media, and Autumn made
Slayworld, Slayworld. Slayworld make a gay world.